Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome back to Battletech, where I am once again considering financial irresponsibility. Yes. Well, I've got to keep up my standards, haven't I? Well, keep down to my standards, I suppose you could say. It's difficult to say, really. Right. I have got 1.17 million sea bills. It costs me 500k per month. My financial report is due in 23 days, and it'll take me 24 days to get to my next destination. There's also the tiny, teeny little fact that towards the end of the last video, it actually finished. Well, not towards the end of the last video, like last time, it finished a system upgrade, and I did not set something else going because of lack of funds. So by my estimate, I can survive the coming payday and without going bankrupt, and still have about 650k to spend. Well, 676, 677k if you want to be exact. I'm tempted to try and be extremely irresponsible and go for the high capacity power upgrades for 720. I'd have to sell something to make up the difference though, because the only contract here is that rather nasty 4.5 skull one, and I don't want to see what that one's like just yet. No, thank you. Or I can be the semi-irresponsible one and just go for, yeah. Everything else is like 700 to 900k, really. Especially Gamma Pod, which is 2.25 mil. No, I can afford that one. But I can afford the upgrades for morale. 225, and the other one was 420. Sorry, 450. Both worth +1 morale, but one is slightly cheaper and faster than the other. 10 days on that one. 450, 550, 650, 660. Oh, I need to sell something. Okay, so that's my upgrade plan set. I just need to sell off something to fund it. Let's see. I believe I've got some spare mechs lying around. Let's check my mech list. Firestarter, Jenna. Oh, look, I've got some lovely, lovely locusts. Tempting. Maybe. I want to hang on to the Wyvern because it's a 55 tonner. I've got a couple of spiders and a couple of panthers. Not that interested in the spiders, I must admit. And let's sell off one of those guys. This is a hidden resource, actually. I've never really tried to sell anything off before, so I didn't realise how many spare mechs I had lying around. Like, we've got my original Locust type. We've got a spare one of those. I can get another 164k for that. Selling you. We're in danger of becoming financially solvent, selling off some of our spare parts. I've got -10 DFA self-damage, +10 DFA damage. So, apparently I've got two different versions of the DFA mods, which do the opposite effects, which is interesting. And I don't really want to sell any of my shiny things, so that's okay. We got 1.6 mil. That gives me enough funding for this trip, at the very least. And well, actually I already had that funding. It gives me the funding to also boost my recreational facilities to be nice to the plebs that have decided to support me. Yes. I'll of course get the library first because it's cheaper and faster.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
And then after that finishes, I'll get the hydroponics, which will be completing about a week after I arrive at my destination. So, speaking of my destination, let us travel. I was just wary of doing the trip out before because I've realised that with the main contracts, there's a risk that something will trigger as soon as I arrive. I noticed that a while back. So in case there is something as soon as I get there, that's why I'm actually including the travel time in this particular recording. Also, for once, I've adjusted my recording software as well. My recording stuff is now top right instead of in the middle, so if I target an enemy, I'll actually be able to check what the actual remaining armor and hit point values are, instead of having to just guess at them. So that might make me more effective, but I seriously doubt it. Anyway, it's time to go and loot and pillage at Castle Nautilus.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Fly! Off we go. I'm sorry, I don't have a ramble prepared for this time. Yep, there's the Blackjack. They've lost High Spirited. The Shadowhawk is now back online. Hello, Jump Ship. I don't have a ramble this time around. Last episode was a bit of an odd one, where I actually had something like, ooh, there's a little something there that sparked me. I have things to talk about. Ooh. Even before you enter mess, you can hear the palpable buzz of grumbling. Grandson's voice above the clamour. Radishes? Radishes! If I see another radish on my plate, I'm going to jump out an airlock and hope the next dropship to come along has a better cook. Unfortunately, we're not at a world, so exchanging crops to local farmers is not possible. However, thanks to the extra money we spent, we are in good shape. And we don't need to divert funds from anywhere else. We can immediately do something about this. So, in the next morning briefing, Darius furrows his brow as he runs the numbers. Yeah, I can make it work for a month, but I can't keep squeezing blood from stone. Don't expect this to work every time you ask. Dr. Murad quickly interjects. Commander, we're willing to make sacrifices to escape the radishes. We have discovered the greatest enemy of humanity, the radishes. 40,000 lost, morale increased, so a little bit of extra morale gain going on there. Continue. That's absolutely fine. Oh, fear the radishes. Oh, I've just realised Chiconius has actually got 15 days left on her recovery time, and I'm going to be arriving in 15 days.
Job's done, Commander.
That's all my mech preparation complete. All mechs are currently patched up and ready. So, Jasconius will actually be on her feet, ready for this mission. I honestly thought she would not be. Gotta love it when I misread the timing on these things.
Hey boss, we've just completed those upgrades.
Yay, another library. 11 morale, and counting. We've got 1.34, next payday is 500, so that's 5, 6, 7, 840,000 available for my next project. What's it unlocked? Improved library for +1 morale, 450, 15 days. Ooh. Actually, that one might be 450 for 20 days. Wait, what's the timing on that? 14 days. The improved library will be finishing just after I arrive, actually. Interesting. However, I should note that I wouldn't have the funding to actually initiate another project as soon as the library finishes. We still need to do the contract to get that. Because flat out, we are now running on fumes a little bit. We won't have enough to do the next month's payroll. If we'll have enough to install a fancy hydroponics bay, that remains to be seen. And we'll find out as soon as we hit payday.
We're almost completely out of cash.
Oh look, it's a familiar warning. Funds are running low. I am aware. There's a lot of jumps involved in this one. Jeez. Mind you, the jumps are actually the easy part. It takes a few days for the jump ships to charge up, admittedly. But in-system travel takes the bulk of the time. That's why the engine upgrades are so important on my ship. Whee! Off we go, in a flash of light. Is this it? Are we here? Yes, we undocked. We're actually here. And a couple of ships appeared out of nowhere. Apparently someone's invented cloaking technology when I wasn't paying attention.
I've got the financial report.
Here we go. Oh look, bankruptcy projected. That's all okay. But morale is working quite nicely. Leave it on normal. So neutral. Our bonus effects are coming purely from our ship upgrades at the moment. I don't want to double my costs right this second, you know. So I'll say, okay, keep it normal. And Draconis is back. Haha. And improved library 2 days away. Still, we are here. We are at the place. We have arrived.
We're nearly broke, Commander.
Yeah, another financial warning. Yeah, everything is actually all configured. So, yeah, proceed with the contract. Grave robbing in orbit of Artru. Right, voices time. Yes. This is no. First off, wrong voice. Second off, I've read the words wrong. Hang on. There it is. Artru, a more foreboding hunk of ice I've never seen. You were born in this system, were you not, Mr. Oliveira? Yes, Lady Arano. I grew up in Nasus Heights, one of the orbital hab stations above the planet's surface. Nobody makes landfall except for the surface mining teams, and they stay only for month-long shifts. It's too dangerous for habitable, for permanent habitation. Wait a second. This isn't Mr. Damn it, sorry Darius. Wrong voice. I can't believe I gave him... How did I get those two mixed up? Yeah. I remember an old folk story that originated in these mining teams. My father shared it with me when I was younger. The Locura, I think it was called. If memory serves, it was about an ill wind that would howl through the canyons, killing engines and scrambling computers. The stuff of nightmares for such an inhospitable world. Yeah, Darius has a slightly deeper voice. Yes, Lady Arano. It's a gremlin story, something the miners can blame when they pass out drunk with the headlights running. The Locura killed my engine. I barely got out alive. Not our proudest achievement as a culture, but apparently it gets found. You need an excuse. Yeah, how likely are we to run into the surface miners you're talking about? Don't worry, you won't. Not where you'll be dropping. Surface teams tend to cluster around the rocky outcrops that ring the planet's equator. That's where you'll find all the really good stuff. The platinum, the ruthenium, the rarer exotics. You'll be well clear of the mining zones. Okay, that's good. And I won't ask about real threats because, honestly, cold weather is actually a real threat, so yeah, continue. House Corrosis has provided us with 5 supply ships to carry whatever we find on the surface. Captain Grigus of the ARS Delphinus will serve as our point of contact for the fleet. After Dr. Murad's finished interfacing with the castle's computer, she'll pop the doors and we'll run a threat assessment. Then, if everything looks clear, we'll have Sumaya set you down on the ground. I never managed to give her a voice. Hey guys, I hate to interrupt, but we've got a sensor blip on. Yep, dropship. Can't make out what kind. She's heading for the planet's surface. Looks like her point of origin was R2's second moon. That's strange, the moons are uninhabited. Is it a Directorate ship? Still too far out. At the current speed, it'll be at least an hour before I can give you a positive ID. Yeah, okay. It wouldn't be a Lance deployment mission if there wasn't something to shoot at, let's be honest. Yeah, nothing is ever easy, is it? Why is it never easy? Beats me, Commander. If I ever come up with an answer, I'll be sure to let you know. Oh, that's one of the great questions of life, that. We can't wait for Farah to open the doors. If we're still in the area when our unexpected guests arrive, we run the risk of leading them right to Castle Nautilus. We're dropping now. I want our mechs on the ground when the doors open. I'll inform Captain Grigus of the change. You can't go under the... Sorry, I'm stumbling all over the place, aren't I? You can't go down there in person, Kamea, and certainly not before we're sure it's safe. You're the leader of the restoration. We can't afford to lose you on a salvage operation. Wait, that's Alexander. Again, how did I get you two mixed up? I don't know. If I was a true mercenary, I would either say nothing or say it's her call, so she might drop in. I say that that's the true mercenary response because if I say this one, and I'm telling her, basically she could drop in and I'll have a decoy on the field. It's like, hey, there's someone down there to distract all the nasty things that want to blow my mechs to scrap. But, so that means less risk for me. Sure, she's taking a risk, but hey, she's going to pay us just the same anyway. So, tasty, tasty money. But yeah, unfortunately it's pretty darn important. I'm going to say it's her call though. I'm a mercenary. Haha. Yeah, but it honestly it always was more than a salvage op. Thank you, Iron Mark III. This isn't just a salvage. This isn't just about salvage, Alexander. You know that. My father spent the last half of his life dreaming of the Argo and her secrets. This is one of those secrets. I will see this through, for him and for myself. Yeah, I thought she was going to say something along those lines. Now it will take time and expertise to get whatever battle mechs we find in the castle's armory up and running. Lord Carosus sent us a recovery team, and I want our best mech tech on the ground leading them. That's you, Mr. Virtanen. You'll be riding with me. Guess I'll go warm up the rumble seat. Oh, the poor guy, the rumble seat. Ouch. In case you don't know, the rumble seat is like a secondary seat which is sometimes installed in some battle mechs. Yeah, I think the second part kind of explains it nicely. You know, the only time I've sat in one of those things was on St. Louis, and I got my arm blown clean off for my trouble. They are not safe. Rumble seats are not safe. Because they're not generally the mechs aren't designed very well around them. They're designed around the primary mech warrior, and the rumble seat is like, let's stash this little seat somewhere in a tight little corner so we can carry an extra person along. They're not going to be helpful. They're going to be screaming a lot as the mech bounces around and gets shot to pieces, and they'll probably get hurt if we're forced to eject, provided they actually get ejected with the pilot when the pilot ejects. So, rumble seat, not good. Yeah, here's hoping you don't go 2 for 2. Good luck down there. Keeping an eye on you from up here. And of course, he gets to be very smug and sit out in orbit. Of course he did. Right. Okay, so what do I want to bring? Oh, boo! Kamiya's locked in on my first lance slot. Oh, darn it. Okay, that means I can only bring in 3 mechs. And unfortunately, this means that Jasconius is actually going to sit this one out. Sorry, Jasconius. Because that 4th mech slot was my multi-gunner. You know, my general assault element. Pretty fast, pretty flexible, runs around, shoots a lot of things. Jasconius is well suited for that with extra evasion and multi-target. But the other 3 slots are the specialists I want to bring. Like, I've got Behemoth in her extremely nasty dragon. I've got me in my Jaeger mech for heavy fire support, and for indirect bombardment, I've got Glitch in her Centurion. And I don't want to swap that combination out. At the very least, I want to keep the Jaeger and the Centurion. The dragon is potentially the only one I'd swap out, but it's actually a very powerful mech, and what I saw in the last video I did, I like what it's doing. It's very dangerous, especially to targets smaller than itself. Against anything bigger, well, I've got a lot of indirect fire, but this setup does mean the dragon's going to be front and center taking all of the shots. Mind you, it's got like 20% more armor than the closest ones, which is Kamiya and me. It's got the most armor out of everyone. So, yeah, it can take a pounding there. It's a bit light on the weapon payload, though. But I'm going to have to accept this particular loadout. And yes, I know, I am hesitating this much on a 3-skull mission. I am well justified. It's a story mission. Story missions have a habit of going nasty for me. The last, I think, 3 or 4 of those I did kind of proves that pessimism, you know? Alright, we are here. We got 3 known objectives. Make your way to the entrance point. Gain access to Castle Nautilus. Lady Kamea and Urano must survive, so basically leave her at the landing zone while the other 3 mechs go in alone. No, that is actually a very suicidal idea. She's going to have to pull her weight if she's taken up one of my lance slots. This is the first time she's done that, but she will have to get involved. Okay. Raising the Dead priority mission. Castle Nautilus is somewhere down there on R2. Buried deep in the ice. Dr. Murad thinks that we'll find an entrance at the coordinates she's provided. We're going to drop, make our way to the entrance and force our way inside. But we need to do it soon. I want to be finished before our uninvited guests arrive. If the facility turns out to be alive, there might be automatic defenses, which in itself will provide something to shoot at. I'll have to see how this goes.
Command interface initiated.
Good luck down there, all. I'll be cruising in the upper atmosphere and monitoring your progress, just in case. Roger that, Miss Mayer. Dr. Murad, have you had any luck connecting with Castle Nautilus's computer? Already on top of it, Lady Rano. The handshake has been established and I have command line access. Door control is being a little finicky, though. You're going to trip the alarms, aren't you? Yeah, and yeah, he's not happy. Work fast, Doc. Riding this rumble seat is like sitting on a jackhammer in a sauna on the sun. And Lady Arana's piloting is aggressive. Oh, Yang, I feel for you, buddy. I really do. Yeah, poor you. Not to worry, though. I think I've got a workaround the problem. Get walking towards the main doors, and I'll have them open by the time you get there. Understood, Doctor. Do whatever you have to do. Lady Arano out. Okay. Well, this is an abandoned facility. It's all looking suitably snowed over. Relatively small, so this might be a defense operation. I'm seeing, like, general approaches to my right. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see on this one exactly how much we can do. If I was Smirt, I would have actually used that first movement to check what is on Lady Arano's little mech there. I'll check that in a second, though.
The standard approach isn't working. I'm inputting a valid ID, but for some reason the door won't budge. I think I found a workaround, though. It'll just be another moment.
Yep, she's going to trigger security. Okay. Relatively similar to my Shadowhawk build, actually. So that means I'm fairly sure I know how to use her. Second line combatant, right behind the dragon. Treble SRM6s and M lasers. So actually more dangerous and more powerful than the Shadowhawk was. It's got an additional LMM5 as well, so extra support. However, I wonder about its heating and speed. Its speed... Actually, its speed seems to be pretty fair. Let's see, Behemoth.
Yes, Commander.
About the same.
I'm listening.
Actually, the Dragon is only a little bit faster. But it seems to be around the same, about 100 I think it's about 140 meters per second on these guys. So that's pretty quick, actually. They can really motor if they have to.
Confirmed. Coordinates received.
Yeah, I'm going to have to play defensive. And I've got it. Okay, hang on a second. Going to try... Don't try things. Called it. Dr. Murad, what did you just do? The lights are flickering. My screen is dead. Static. Dr. Murad? Mr. Oliveira? I'm guessing ECM blanketing just went up. The whole Argo's gone dead. I'm not picking up a drive signature. Whatever Farad just did, it must have knocked out the engines. Well done. Worry about it later. The vents in the rock, they're spitting out drones? What?
Be careful of those things. They're armed to the teeth and coming in fast. And there's probably more where they came from.
Okay, so we've got drone vehicles on the move. Unknown types. I don't have a scout along, but Glitch passes as a scout, sort of.
Receiving you.
Okay, good news. They're vehicles, it looks like. Vehicles don't like being stepped on by mechs. Strange, I know, but, you know, they are actually noticed as being extra damaged from melee. Bad news. They are specifically noted as being SLDF drones. That's Star League Defense Force. Meaning technology which we generally don't have access to at this point. So they could be armed with all kinds of tasty little things. And or extremely dangerous things, depending on how you look at it. Okay, I can sprint forward and get at this one. I can sprint forward and get within melee assault range on the next action with my dragon. But these guys will be coming in on the side. I don't have a good angle with Behemoth. Sorry, with me, or Behemoth, or anyone else really. Ideally, I want my support mechs to be up here. And then just taking pot shots at absolutely everyone.
I hear ya.
Let's move into position to get ready to start climbing.
Got it.
I'm also only picking up one drone there, two drones there. Where are the other drones? Not seeing them. They must be this way. Which means I don't want those two on my flank. Like, at all. That would be
Commander.
a very bad idea.
Yes, I hear you.
So... I'm guessing I'm in surprise mode, aren't I? The problem is I also don't know what kind of vehicles they are either. So, Sprint Behemoth, Sprint Kamea. Kamea's going after those two, but she'll get full fire support. The Dragon is going to be operating by itself at this point. SRDF heavy drone. Oh god, we've got heavy assault weight vehicles. This might be kind of bad. Double PPC LRM-10. That's actually lower tech than I was expecting. These guys, don't know what they are, but they're 60 tonners. Are you a 60 tonner? Can't tell. Luckily, you guys are shoddy, as well as being weak against melee, but those three assault weight signals I am somewhat nervous about.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay. Oh, it's going to take me multiple jumps to get into position. Just no way around that one. Okay.
No sweat.
Okay, 60 tonner, 80 tonner. Okay, so those 360s, these guys with the double PPCs are the 80 tonners, it seems. Fine.
Got it.
Oh, that almost made it.
Standing by.
I can't actually move that way. Oh, there's another one. Unknown. Oh, and of course it's Kamea. She doesn't have jump jets. If I move Kamea around that way, her rear arm is going to be exposed, which is not great. If I leave her there, she's going to get PPC'd. You know, a lot of this actually kind of sucks for Kamea. Let's be honest.
I'm on my way.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's Kamea. It's not my Shadowhawk. My Shadowhawk would be able to jump around and be more agile than this. Well, that didn't do much, did it? Okay, 60 tonners, what have you got? Medium drone. What have you got? Lasers? Oh, cannon of some kind. Multiple lasers. And I'm guessing an SRM. Maybe an AC-5? Yep, AC-5, SRM-6, double medium. Alright, that's actually kind of nasty. Not the worst, I must admit, but I'd rather you weren't there. Still rather you weren't there. Okay, let's see. If I jump to... Not getting any good positions, really. This ridge is my issue. It's causing a lot of problems. I want to be able to knock out that guy. Actually, that guy, Behemoth, can charge in and deal with that. So I guess being able to fire in this direction with my PPCs is probably the better choice right now.
Engaging jump jets.
It does, of course, mean that my Jaeger can't provide direct fire support until next turn, but if I can stop that drone from doing anything else, that's fine by me.
Engaging target.
Actually, that turned out to be exactly what I needed. Double PPCs straight to the face. Haha. Fear my PPCs. No, that said, here comes its partner to do something. Yep, another medium. taking pot shots at the dragon's rear armour, which is quite nice. However, my response will be Dragon casts Fist. Onwards! Hello, assault weight drone, how are you? Oh, flattened? What a shame. And just to make sure.
For the Oregon people. One more for the trashy.
I do like that dragon, it's flat out mean. Wait. There was a medium? Oh, wait, yeah, there was a medium weight one. It's too close for the dragon is a bit close for some of the stuff that's going on there.
Light damage. Holding firm.
However, this drone might do some... No, it's close enough. The dragon can just walk up and clobber it next turn. Still, it's a bit on the close side, though. And I'm worried about that right arm. Wait, I didn't give the dragon any ballistic weaponry. I took that out. Never mind, the right arm is actually purely sacrificial. Oh, that's gonna cause problems, though. Miss VIP, why do you not have flippin' jump jets? I mean, come on.
Good to go.
Why do you not have the flippin' jump jets? I think reserving. I always reserve with my Centurion, don't I? Kamea can move around here.
I'll do what you ask.
And that gives sight on the other heavy drone. Which I will give my undivided attention.
Confirm.
Yeah, actually I don't want to waste a precision strike on these guys. Yeah, that was enough. Treble SRM6, jeez.
Vehicle destroyed.
Though there was LRMs and lasers in there as well, but treble SRM6 is actually rather nice. Pity the Shadowhawk can't actually use that combination. Okay, I'm going to bounce... Not to there. I want to maintain a line on that guy, so... actually reserving is probably my best choice, because then I can bounce my Jaeger up onto the platform. Who are you going for? Dragon again, aren't you? No, oh no, going after VIP. Got a feel for Mr. Yang in the rumble seat. This is exactly what I said. Just stuck in that cramped little seat, surrounded by sharp metal edges and things, running really, really hot while the mech is in combat. Not a good place to be. Okay. Right, I know a double PPC strike to the forward plate is enough to smash through a medium. So I'm going to bounce my Jaeger up to there. There's no handy forest, which I would normally be relying on, I must admit. And then I'm going to go after the one that has not moved, because that makes sense.
Engaging target.
Splat. It's better if that one over there just moved, so I decided to prioritise the one that had not moved, because then it wouldn't be able to shoot me.
What's up,
While the heavy one is just going to get stepped on. Hello, heavy drone.
Locked on for physical attack.
Miss! Oh! Well, the lasers hit at least. Wait, the lasers... The lasers actually expose structure. Still, I was going to target the LRMs onto that medium, but priority target now is to knock out that heavy one. Because quite simply, the heavy one has yet to move, so it's going to give a couple of PPC shots to someone if I don't stop it.
Time to fly.
So I get the feeling with the Argo's engines down, the dropship is going to come in and drop some people on me. Either that or it's going to get boarders. Don't know which. There we go. Ha! Take that.
We're down.
Your PPCs threaten me no longer. Haha. Which just leaves this guy.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch? That's okay. let's have Kamea put a foot in it.
Reading you loud and clear.
Yeah, Kamea, you were meant to do things in this area, so you can go ahead and shoot it. I hope you don't mind. Should I conserve some ammo? 33. It only needs to do 50 odd damage. 8, 16, 20. I think do without a couple of these guys actually.
Taking the shot.
I think that should be enough. There we go. We can't stay out here in the open. If we don't find hard cover, we're going to get swamped. So what? Are they going to keep coming? Fall back and find an extraction point, getting you the hell out of there. No. No, we have to push forward to the doors. Our only way out of this is through. Dr. Murad will fix this. Believe it. Lady Arano. Yeah, she's right. An outpost castle like Nautilus could bring down a dozen leopards, probably at the same time. If you try to extract it, it'll blow you out of the sky. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like a place like this, it wouldn't be without any air defense. Oh look, turrets. Called it. Turrets.
We have incoming hostiles.
Oh, we've got an additional wave of incoming tanks as well. Only 2 turrets, really?
Good to go.
Fair enough. What? Oh wait, no, there's more turrets. Oh, those look big. Heavy laser. AC-20 turrets. Standard shredder turrets has got an AC-20, 2 SRM-2s, and 3 flamers? Standard like hell. Luckily, it's all assault weight, so... Well, actually, that means there's assault vehicles coming back here. They've probably got PPCs, but... 225. Oh, wow, look. No wonder turrets blow up so easy. As soon as the armor collapses, they've only got 7 health. So once you blow through the armor, you're fine.
Commander?
Right, Glitch, what have you got? LOM-10, 50 damage apiece. That's 100 damage. 140, then add the lasers to it. So, Glitch can one-shot one of these shredder turrets, roughly. The heavy laser turret is a bit too much for her to handle straight out, so... Rough terrain. Can you jump to somewhere a bit more defensive? Not really, especially since you need to stay somewhere close, relatively. You also need direct line of fire on one of the turrets, that's another issue. And those ones at the back have got a really commanding line of fire. Actually, it's better if I hold you off for now and move someone else to see what everyone else can take out. There is actually a heavy signature in there, out there somewhere as well. I have no idea where that is.
Tell me what you need.
But Arano is in deep trouble. And also can't get into decent range with any of her weaponry. She needs to go sprinting. Make herself harder to hit. But she'll be exposed to literally everything.
Copy that.
I guess that'll have to do. Just behind a little bit of cover. Just trying to get her away from what's up behind her.
Commander?
And I guess I'll give the heavy, probably a drone, yeah, a heavy drone. It's another one with those ones with an AC-5. Yeah, medium. It's another medium.
Getting outmaneuvered.
I am aware, that's why I gave you a lot of dodge. Because there's no flipping cover around here. Like, at all. It's kind of bad, actually. If I leave my Jaeger mech, my Jaeger only has a burst of 100 damage as well. These turrets are really tough, actually.
Good to go.
The turrets are quite dangerous. I also can't melee them for some strange reason. Right, if I fire up my jump jets, what can I do? Rough terrain. It's all rough terrain. I'd love to have a mineral deposit right now, but I don't. Right, the dragon can't really do much to the turrets. could definitely try. Can help to weaken them a little bit, but is
Acknowledged.
gonna struggle. So it's better for the dragon to be pulling back towards the vehicles instead. Sorry, Behemoth, but if you can't walk up to punch it, you're actually a little bit undergunned. And then just fire all the weaponry at one of the turrets to try and help out with that. I mean, that's why you got some weaponry after all, isn't it? Just try and help out a little bit. In fact, now that you've done that, it's possible for my Jagermech to knock out that turret, but my Jagermech's going to stay standing still to get the armor boost that is very much required at this point. Fire!
Engaging target.
Hit it, hit it. Oh, the vital shot missed. Okay, that leaves Glitch with her LRMs. Could knock out that shredder turret.
Commander?
The problem is that she's relatively unarmored. So I need to get her some dodge. In the lack of actual defensive positions, she needs dodge to survive much of anything, honestly.
Right, Commander.
There we go. 4 stacks of dodge. That shredder has got like 20 odd points. A single LRM will do that. Heck, even I think, yeah, even the unenhanced LRM will be enough. So everything else can pump into the other shredder. Fire, fire, fire!
Go!
I never knew turrets were so vulnerable once the armor went down. I mean, I knew they were vulnerable, but I didn't know how much. Come on. Oh, not quite. Yep, here comes some laser shots. Again, this is why the dragon jumped out. Have the extra dodge to avoid things. Oh, sensor lock. The Agamemnon's gonna lose an arm, I think, the way it's going. At least I hope that was an arm hit.
Armor breached.
It was an AC-20 strike after. Oh, there's one right back there where we came from. LRM. Is that an 80-tonner?
Damage minimal.
Must be. Here comes the other
I'm
one
being flanked.
with LRMs. Okay. Right, evasion has served me well so far, it
Minimal
seems.
damage.
One of the turrets deciding to sensor lock was a little unexpected, but that's okay.
Standing by.
My dragon cards.
Standing by.
Of course, my dragon's jumped into a bad place. She can't actually move to melee. Lady Arano is going to be eating all sorts of fire, the way this is going to be going. I think my best option is to...
Reading you loud
Yeah,
and
the sheer
clear.
damage output of her weaponry is needed. So let's do standard move.
I'm on the move.
We need you to SRM volley, if you would be so kind. Well, actually, no, that'd be slightly wasted, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, 17 points of damage required. Only the one target available. That was a slight mismove there. Well, actually, it's good because she's getting away from the vehicles that are coming in. But I don't need to waste much in terms of additional weaponry. Let's launch a single SRM at it. Just to make sure. I mean, it's 8 times 6, so... Even if it eats only 3 missiles, 3 missiles is all it needs. The lasers are just making sure.
Confirmed.
Yep, the lasers were enough, the missiles were just in case, but yep, that was overkill.
Target destroyed.
Worth it to get rid of the AC-20 though. Right, let's see. It's got a heavy signature behind.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch, you do need to relocate again with a jump to get some more dodge back. I don't want it to send you where that 80-tonner can get a lock onto you, though, so... Anywhere I send you with... Oh, I can send you... Well, that's not that good. That can... If that moves up, it might get a line of sight, but if I do it there... should be enough to deal with that.
Engaging jump jet.
Yep. Back the Centurion up, and lob another rain of missiles down at the medium drone.
Right, Commander.
Should be enough to do the job. I think. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Oh, not quite. I was hoping to kill that guy before it could do something like that, which is a bit of a pain. The dragon's slowly getting pummeled. Now the reason I decided not to move in with the dragon is because I actually do need something further forward to spot these other turrets. So the dragon, despite getting out of there quite nicely, now has to get back in there again. And that's because I think my best way to deal with these turrets is actually to use my PPCs. They've got a lot of laser weaponry, so they've got a lot of accuracy, so I should be trying to blind them as much as I can. I doubt that's going to be enough, but we'll fire anyway.
Acknowledged.
Because if I can tag both of these heavy turrets with PPC shots from here, and yeah, look at that, it is the arm that's giving way. That's actually okay. Multi-targets. Oh, I have to reorient to get line of sight, which actually exposes my rear plating, which is actually relatively thick on this, to whatever's coming. I can definitely absorb one PPC shot, but the armor is actually really thin on the back plating. This is one of my designs after all. Of course it's going to be thin on the back plating, so I need to watch out for that. Please say I've got enough heat left for 2 shots. I have. Okay. Double shot, A and B, 95% chance. If one of these misses, I'm going to be mildly upset. Fire!
Engaging multiple targets.
Okay, that's hit 1. And the other one? Hit both. Okay, good. They're both operating with a reduced accuracy.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Sensor lock. The dragon just got peppered by a heavy laser. Well, not heavy laser, large laser. Heavy laser is a different piece of tech entirely, which we won't see in this game unless something very strange is going on. Ow.
They've destroyed one of my weapons.
I think that's an SRM-6 that just got blown off. She's also a bit unsteady too.
Outmaneuvered.
Oh, no, she's not fallen over. Good. Yang's other arm is still with us. That's good. However, LM5, SRM6 and medium laser were all in that arm. That's a significant blow there. Not the worst blow, I must admit. I can still come back from that. Wait a second, another vehicle spawned? Another 2... Oh, jeez. No wonder it says get there. I just hope I don't have to get there with everything. That will suck so much. She's going to fall over if she doesn't do something. But if I move on to rough terrain... Oh, the rear CT is also exposed. That is so incredibly bad. And she's unstable, so she can't actually run. Right, let's get her out of the way at the very least. Though she's too far away for her missiles to really do much. She's got to brace. Actually, I'll vigilance her. I've got the morale. Let's vigilance her. But she's in a bad way right now. Still, any damage reduction right now is good, given that the rear CT is fully exposed at this point. Unfortunately, the enemy's just too far away. Yeah, too far. Brace. Race.
Commander?
And how damaged are you? You are not. You're almost done.
Waiting for orders.
Unfortunately, the amount of jump jetting that the Centurions has been doing has overheated it a bit. This is the problem with taking off one of the heat sinks. It's not quite as tolerant to jump jetting around like a lunatic anymore. Still, 85, 90 damage roughly. I think a full LOM volley should be good enough for that. And both turrets are too far away for the lasers, so just lob the missiles at that one. It should be enough. Assuming I get a bit lucky with the hits, so fire everything. Oh good, they managed to get through.
That's a kill.
That's a turret down. Because with those turrets gone, I can begin full-fledged manoeuvring away from the incoming drones, which are very, very nasty. Oh no, the Jägermech needs to jump jet.
Commander.
Behemoth needs to move as well. Let's move. Ooh, the leg's been exposed. That I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a side torso or something to be blown through. In fact, the CT is looking kind of weak, but a leg? Fair enough. If I move you to there. What about if I move you to there? 80, 80, 70. A little bit further away is better.
On my way.
You put that indirect. Well, put your ranged weaponry. Okay, so kill the defense turrets. I've got a mech there at the very least. Just got to fling this turret down. Good. As soon as I saw that the drones were respawning, I figured that killing them all was not a priority. But there's a lot of them. Okay, if you jump, you're going to overheat. If you move, you're going to lose your 50% damage reduction. The only alternative is to just shoot the darn turret, because you might actually kill the thing. You deal... oh wow. You deal 100 damage. The turret's got exactly 100 health. If you hit both of them, you're golden. What?
I've been sensor locked.
First of all, I'm calling BS on that. Because it was 93 armor and 7 structure. That's 100 total. I smacked it with 100 damage. Unless the armor blocked the hit.
That's a hard hit there.
And it didn't go to structure. That's actually a valid question. Is that how it works? Forgive me, I've never actually played the physical tabletop, which this is based off. Well, this particular game follows the tabletop rules
Structural damage.
pretty well. So, if there was no damage bleed through, that would explain why that turret is still alive. And why it's about to shoot things. Luckily...
Heads up! You got more of those little bastards coming in from the vents in the rock.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was reduced. It was very much reduced, but so it survived with a single hit point. That's cheating, you know.
Reading you loud and clear.
That's cheating. Glitch. Don't really want to expose Glitch to any more incoming fire. She is in serious trouble. Her armor is kind of ragged at the moment. So let's just pick off that turret with a single volley of missiles.
Firing on target.
Ah, the turrets were doing something. Okay. Right. Lady Arano, do you read me? Darius, thank the gods. Tell me what's going on up there. Static. Doc Murad must have poked her nose into something she shouldn't have. Everything's going haywire up here. Doc's putting out fires as we speak. Oh no. Okay, it's Yang. XO, listen to me. You tell Doc Murad if she doesn't get those doors open right now, Lady Arano is dead. We all are. Static. I'm well aware of that, Yang. Working on it now. Static. Just a little longer. I'm working on static. You're working on static. I want an improved static +2. Thank you very much. If this is what's going to happen.
Keep yourselves alive. I'll call out new contacts as I see them.
Now in a bloody defensive thing, and half of my mechs are actually in kind of bad shape.
I hear you.
There's no defensive points. Eesh. Especially Kamea. Kamea's mech is like really messed up. Kamea does not want to be on the front lines. I guess reserve. So I thought, oh bloody hell, 4 rounds. I've got to hold on for 4 turns. This is not my idea of a field trip, just so you know.
Waiting for an opening.
Okay, I'm just letting them pull up. The little drones are moving forward a little bit. And if they've moved forward a little bit, I can potentially do something to them. Like if I advance... Well, I know for a fact that the mediums I can knock out if I do 2 hits from my Jaeger mech. Problem is, at the moment I pop up, the reason I haven't eaten any fire is purely because they have no line of sight on me.
Good to go.
But if I move by much, they're going to have all sorts of line of sight on me. Honestly, my Jaeger mech is a good one to absorb an incoming line of sight, but I could use the turn to cool off. A bit of cooling off time would be very helpful for my Jaeger mech right now. Especially since I need to double fire. I need to double tap. I need to fire 2 PPCs. They both need to hit, and that will knock out a single medium. So I guess just poke up over the ridge a little bit and shoot is probably, yeah. Well, I'm going to try it. At least we're in a cold place, you know. Helps keep the thing running a nice bit cooler.
Engaging target.
No, okay. Only the first one was needed.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Anything to thin their numbers, really. Here comes the one of the heavies. Not into targeting range.
Hunkering down.
Oh yeah, right. We're on assault turn. If I don't move now, it just goes into guard mode. Oh look, incoming PPCs. This is what I was afraid of. Rather too many PPCs for my Jaeger mech to readily withstand.
Armor low.
Yeah, that was nasty. The problem is that the sheer number of PPCs involved. I poked up because I could kill that that medium really quickly. And look, now that one's got sight, the rest of them are taking pot shots as well. My Jaeger mech is... The armor on my heavy is evaporating. Quite literally, evaporating. Look at that CT. Jeez. Alright, glitch. You are not at any real risk, so... $400, 50, 100, 150. You don't have the PPC damage to chew through the forward armor on one of those guys. Not without your lasers. Problem is your side torsos are horribly exposed, so...
Got it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need.
And Kamea must stay the hell out of targeting sight, because she is not in good condition. There's the medium. Again, chipping away at the Jaeger mech very nastily. The Jägermech is actually almost falling over. That's how bad it is. Also, that was a breach warning. What happened? The other arm's gone. CT is almost gone. The Jägermech has almost been ploughed through just by being exposed for a single turn. And it's going to fall flat on its face if it gets hit by any more PPC shells, so I can either... What are you doing down there? Dude, what are you doing down there? That is not where... That's not very nice. Okay, I've got to deal with that.
Enemy detected.
I should have run for the door straight away.
Engaging target.
I did not need that miss. I am honestly impressed. Well, not impressed, but that's not the right word.
Standing by.
Surprised by what's going on. Because quite honestly, I was not expecting to have mere vehicles, shall we say, causing me issues like this. If I move you back here, how's that? Still 50% chance. I'm trying to keep the dragon away from things. Well, more exactly, I'm trying to keep my dragon far enough away to get some accuracy for the LRM. But I have to be back here, don't I? Yeah, I have to be all the way back here if I want to get an accurate shot for my LRM. And I need the LRM to actually have a chance of doing anything about it. There? Yeah, there. Problem is that that doesn't do anything for my chances of getting anything done. What if I was to bounce up there? Ooh, that'd be nice. Also, nice and commanding, get an altitude bonus. Probably kind of wasted, but, you know. I stand up on high and shoot things, because if the... Just like the Jägermech, if the dragon goes running in, that's not what I needed at all. I need that unit dead. If the Jägermech goes... Just like the Jägermech popped up for a few moments and it's now getting absolutely pummeled, if the dragon was to run forward, it would similarly get torn to shreds by incoming PPC bolts. There's far too many heavy... far too many assault weight tanks out there. Luckily though, they all seem to be going after the Jägermech with their LRMs at the moment.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
As long as they're clustering around here and just lobbing missiles at my Jägermech, that's actually not so bad. I hate to say it.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
But any that move forward and into PPC range is just... Yeah, gonna do stuff like that. My poor Jägermech.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal
Oh
damage.
no. Timber! Crunch.
Warning. Detecting mech warrior injury.
I am aware, thank you. That was really bad.